Bom dia! Portugal's FestivaldaCanção is right around the corner. We have another competitive final. There are 8 acts. Portugal and a professional jury have to decide. Should we tell people what we think?
Before that, we need to say that this is one video that we've planned to do every day for the last 2 weeks. So we have actually heard the songs and we do like them, but let's give a reaction.
Yeah, rather than reacting live, we're just gonna discuss because otherwise this video will never go up because the live reactions take forever to edit. So are you ready?
Let's do this!
And sometimes you just gotta be practical. So here we go. Kicking off the show will be Calema with the song Doce.
Okay. Well, these boys are really handsome. I think that's got to be one of their strengths.
Yes, I wrote handsome, but also slightly disco, so my phrase was go-go boys in tacky outfits. I think the styling is questionable from another era. You could see them at that club Lust in Lisbon, you know, lusting. I said I can't define their relationship. Well, it's unclear. I don't speak Portuguese, so I don't know if they're singing to each other in like a love situation or if they're singing to their posse, everyone get up and dance.
But they also look like, you know, relatives. They could be relatives.
They could be brothers indeed, cousins.
Yeah, they do have great harmonies though, I give it that. It's a bit generic, it's rather predictable. Yeah.
I wrote annoying falsetto. I said I like the upbeat tempo change because it does pick up really nicely in the chorus.
But those verses, honey.
Yeah, just a shame about the bland verses.
Oh, wow, okay.
I think if they kept the chorus and restructured the rest, this would be a contender. But as it stands, it's a no.
I agree.
Do you have anything else to say?
No, let's move on.
All right, next up, Mariana Bragada with Doce.
Tem horizonte para chegar, o que tem de ser a costa de dar. Mar, deixa-te amar, deixa-te levar, vai com a tua.
Okay, well, this is really sweet. It's very emotional.
Yeah.
It's touching. I was a bit moved by it, but at the same time, I was also a little bored.
4 words. Pirates of the Caribbean. Her styling is very Jack Sparrow haute couture of the sea, and I like it. That's a compliment. That movie was a blockbuster globally. I think she's edgy, unique, a free spirit. She could have been born in the 70s. She's got this nymph, wood nymph, hippie spirit. I said spiritual to the point she might sacrifice lambs during a tribal ritual. There's something otherworldly. There's something mysterious, I guess. And finally, the song itself, I'm not feeling as much as I'm feeling her. It lacks any structure. She's wandering. I'm wandering. What's the direction?
But she's also conveying a lot of emotion. There's a depth to this. But yes, I also think it's from another timeline.
Indeed. All right. Next, we have Matay. Matay, the song is Perfeito. Perfect, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Estou grato ao destino, sim, eu agradeço por me ter oferecido bem mais do que eu mereço, mesmo que eu puder.
Wow. Big voice. Just kind of pouring out. Very musical theatre. I was impressed by this. It's the sort of thing juries, I think, would really respond to.
Absolutely. I think this is a very split song. I don't see the public being enthused by this in Europe. I think maybe Portuguese will because they can understand the language. That makes it more powerful. But I'm impressed by it, but I don't want this to win. I wrote cruise ship entertainment. Feels like an X Factor audition. The Portuguese is beautiful, great control, but it feels very local. You know, I think if I understood the lyrics, it might have more meaning for me. And also melodrama, it's dramatic.
Portuguese love that.
They love the drama. That Woman in the Sea, you remember? No, he's a huge talent. I just think the song for me is a bit old-fashioned.
It's sailing, isn't it? That song is sailing. It's something that is just on the seas, 7 seas, somewhere.
Yes. We go to our 4th act, Surma, with the song Pugna.
This is one of my favorites.
This is crazy, I like it.
Oh, it's really an art piece. I really like it. It's tender. Her vocals, studio perfect. It almost sounds like she's just played that CD. And that kind of like moving painting kind of choreography, it's stunning.
This is unique. I mean, Conan Osiris is unique, and this is unique. You can have 2 very unique performances. I said pagan, interpretive, but are vocoder effects allowed at Eurovision?
They're not.
So that sort of puts a strike on this for me, because so much of this is built around the strange voice effect. So I don't know what she actually sounds like. So I wanted to keep it real. I said Queen Amidala, a Princess Leia for a new generation. Minimalist, avant-garde, electro weirdness, terrifying, bizarre. I don't want to be left alone in a room with her. I mean, I like her as an art piece, but I don't want to be in the art. Is she wearing a trash bag? It was unclear. It's very fashion. Again, reduce, reuse, recycle. 2019, we have to think of Mother Earth. And finally, and I mean this as a compliment, it's as if the cavemen of the past were given synthesizers. What magic would happen?
This is the sort of thing you would see as a sort of a performance art piece at the Institute of Contemporary Art, where they give you like a brochure to kind of deconstruct the piece, because you're not going to get it otherwise.
No, I need a very detailed pamphlet. All right, next up, one of my favorite networks in America, NBC, and the song is Iguality. Oh my God. I thought he was saying equality this whole time, but it's equality.
I love this. He really does feel the stage. I like when he does his hands like that and moves like that.
He's reaching out.
Oh my God, I think he's so expressive.
Very handsome.
Very handsome, very melodic. I love his fashion sense, you know, like this floral suit thing he was wearing.
2 words, Blackpink. 1 word, Blackpink, the pop group, okay? Very on trend.
I really like this. This one actually stood out for me a lot. Really love it.
He walked on like Yeleni Furera. It was one color and he wanted to take a dive into your eyes. Got the eyes of a lion. I'm not sure how well this would do at Eurovision. The song is a bit... I think he's very good, he's amazing, but the song I would never download this.
Oh, I think this would do very well. I think Portugal does have a number of choices here.
I like when he does this.
He's great. He's so good. He's very emotive and very expressive, and he moves really well, and he's feeling his song.
He's feeling
and I'm just so gripped just watching him. Wow. Yeah. This was the one that I've actually played a lot in the run-up to, because we were meant to do this video like 3 weeks ago. So this is the one that one of the ones that I played a lot.
Next up, performing 6th, Madrepaz, Mundo a Mudar.
Da areia da praia ao pinhal que nos guardou, e por dentro da nossa voz não vai ser quem sou.
Look, this is a masquerade at a folk festival.
Did you see the face paint?
Oh, I saw the face paint. Now, if that is some form of indigenous art, I've got to respect them and give them props. But the way it came across with the staging, knowing we're in an arena, it just felt very Venus Hottentot. Like we're putting something on display and it needs to be respected, but it comes off as if it's being mocked. And I know they're not doing that deliberately.
All aboard Portugal is diverse. And, you know, this act really does capture that diversity. It's very sleepy though. Yes, I get it's traditional, but they're just on this sort of like wooden instrument and with a face paint. It kind of sounds like something that, you know, if like a hippie burial ceremony, you know,
yes.
like
or a parody of a hippie burial ceremony. Local carnival. Look, I celebrate diversity. I'm glad this is in the final for a different flavor, but this shouldn't go to Eurovision. I'm sorry, it shouldn't. All right.
Well, let's talk about who's gonna go to Eurovision Act number 7.
We would like to go to Eurovision, but as we know, in Portugal, you get that split. The public didn't want to send Salvador Sobral, so you never know what's gonna happen.
You never know.
The jury marked this man down, but he won with the televote. It is Conan, Osíris, Telemóveis.
Eu vou tirar a minha escada, vou estragar o telemóvel. O telele, eu vou partir o telemóvel. O teu e o meu, eu vou estragar o telemóvel. Eu quero viver e escangalhar o telemóvel.
Cell phone, mobile phone, I am dialing that line. I am calling him. Shout out to Blitz Portugal. Thank you for sharing our video. Thank you to Portugal for sharing our YouTube video and making it a top 50. It actually peaked at 38.
It's great.
Portugal, you're amazing.
It's great.
But on to Conan, Osíris. You go first.
Well, much of what I know about him has been covered in that previous video.
Yeah.
This guy, first of all, this is a strong selection, and in this strong selection, he's still leading by 9 yards at least. He's just out of this world. His performance is otherworldly. He embodies everything about music, art, performance, poetry, spirituality, fashion, style.
100%.
I mean, like, gender, sexual expression. This has to move forward. This has to represent Portugal. If Portugal wants a fantastic result at Eurovision, this is the act they need to send. Click on the card above. We talk a lot more about this, but William is going to add a little bit more.
The word for me is fluid. Fluidity. And when we talk about things that are fluid and move and course through many different genres, areas, spaces, and times, 3 words come to mind. 1, borderless. From Japan to Portugal via Tel Aviv, crossing borders and winning hearts everywhere it stops. Kabuki realness, Butos layage, indigenous spirit, contemporary execution, borderless. Number 2, daring. This is daring. Gold masks, shirtless dancer covered in gold glitter, wearing Nike trainers. Consumer? Artistic. Impossible to define. Bananas. The risk Portugal needs to take. Daring. 3rd, final word, artistic. Vogue, strut, sachet, body slam, swirling sounds, bow and arrow, fire, perfectly placed motion and emotion, freestyle movement, rhythm of life, commentary on society, love, 1 word, artistic.
ID, GQ, W, Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, Marie Claire.
Honey, New York Times Magazine, Monocle,
Time Out.
Newsweek, Economist, Blitz, Obrigado Portugal,
Touches Men's Health even.
Le Monde, The Times of London,
This is
East Africa Times, Uganda Monitor,
this is a real blowout.
Philippines Inquirer,
Considering that
South China Morning Post.
Considering Salvador Sobral just won quite recently, it is really hard to pick up momentum, and I think that Conan actually does that without copying.
Doesn't copy.
I think it's just important to point that out. We could go on and on this. Let's just move on. You need to just pick them.
I know a lot of people hate that song, but that doesn't matter. What matters is who loves you. If this song goes to Portugal, Portugal has a good shot at coming near the top. Because this is bonkers, out there, eye-grabbing, attention-getting.
Oh my god, juries will respect it. Televoters will be gripped by it. I can't see this not finishing in the top 5 even.
Make
this
the
is
right
so
choice. Daring. Dare to dream. Dare to send Conan Osíris.
But I trust Portugal will do
What is
right.
All right. With the jury, you never know. As we know, the jury doesn't always agree with the televote, okay? All right, next up, Anna Cláudia with Inércia.
Não há ninguém que me acabe por mim. O meu mal.
I'm going to assume Inércia is inertia, and let me tell you why. Because the only thing that kept me going in this song was inertia. I said the positive, experimental, and she has a beautiful dress. The negative, there's too much synchronicity with the cymbals, and every time there's that crash, she's like, it's too much. A bit whiny, it's like she's moaning. And the only thing that keeps it going, again, is Inércia. It needs to live in its own world, not be driven by inertia. I'm done.
Yeah, well, you know, the positives. Perfect vocals.
Great.
She is stunning.
Yes.
It's touching. It's dreamy. But it's also slow burning. And I think that it's one of those slow burning melodies that doesn't quite have an obvious payoff.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, that's what we...
Oh, is that it?
That's it.
Oh.
It's pretty clear who our favorites are, so no need to review.
Yeah, but I can add to that. In the unlikely event that Conan does not move forward, I would pick Surma.
Yes.
And I would pick NBC, babe. Your favorite American network. I thought it was ABC, by the way.
CBS has Big Bang Theory. They all offer something. Listen, I agree with you. For the second, I would choose Surma, because that's equally bonkers. And Portugal, what we've learned is Portugal has to take risks. They cannot, when they do what's safe to them, they come last. You know what I'm saying? You need to take a risk. Salvador was a risk in its own way, jazz at Eurovision, so I say send something off the wall and bonkers.
What's in your grandmother's garden?
She's dead. So she's part of the garden now, the spiritual garden. In any case, that's what we think. What do you think? Are you loving Portugal's national selection? Do you think there is a Eurovision winner here? Who would do the best for Portugal? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
And follow our journey to Israel. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. See you guys later.
Bye!